Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This will be my first get ready with me video and I hope you enjoy me doing my makeup. Okay, so I use Vaseline, good old Vaseline, to lay my brows because somehow I couldn't find my brow gel. It magically disappeared, but this didn't come out bad. It was really nice, and as you can see, it's doing the Lord's work. Anywho, next is my primer, and this primer I've had it for a while. It's from Grwm Cosmetics. I usually use primer only when I want my makeup to stay for a long period of time, and on this day I wanted to shoot a lot of content, so I didn't want it falling apart before I was through with what I had to do. So after applying my primer, I just massage it in. Yep, that's it. And because I didn't have a fan inside, I decided to do the next best thing. Guess what? Guess now. Anyway, I used my hands, good old hands, doing the Lord's work again. You see? You just have to improvise on some days you get. Alright, next is just a normal eye pencil I got from Nigeria when I was coming. I got a pack and I still have some of it still in stock. Alright, so what I just did basically was to fill in my brows. Try to do it as light as possible. I was going for a light brow look, if that's a thing. Anyways, I just filled it up, yeah, and I didn't want to do my regular brows. Trying something new every now and then. Yeah, let's see how this turns out. I already know how it turned out anyway. I liked it and it was giving what I wanted it to give. So next up, I just use my spoolie or whatever brushy thing and just fix that a bit. Yeah, that's all I did really. Next, I try to highlight my brows just to make it look clean. I usually use my concealer. I got two concealers, and this particular one is from Cosmetics. So I just basically use it to highlight my brows because it's a bit lighter than what I want for concealing my face. So it's used to highlight my brows. So it's just to define it and give it a clean look, and also blending the Vaseline to some extent. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing here basically. So next up, I just put some of my foundation in my shade, but I actually mixed this one up a bit with some concealer, as you can see, just to give it a lighter look, because remember, I didn't use the pencil to define the lines, so I just want something more popping. Yeah, so that's why I mixed it up with my foundation, the concealer and the foundation together, just to define my brows. I think the hallmark of every makeup look is the brows anyway. So if they look good, every other part of the makeup will, to some certain extent, look really good. It's not a guarantee anyway, but I just feel like if my brows are good, every other place will follow suit anyhow. That's what I'm doing. I'm just highlighting it, trying to shaping it out. And I know this looks like a mess, but stay with me. Trust the process. Trust the process, girl. So this is me struggling as usual to blend this out correctly. At some point I had to use my finger and a beauty blender. Sorry I didn't show that, but it's my usual. I just have to blend it out somehow. It's usually messy and honestly not my favorite part. Next is my foundation application, and my foundation is from Maybelline. This is called Superstay, and it comes in I think the oily and matte textures, but I usually get the matte texture because I've got oily skin, and matte just does it for me anyway. It just stays where it's supposed to be and it hardly falls apart. So it's what I've been using for the past 6 months. And now I'm just setting it with my setting spray from e.l.f. I just use setting spray basically when I have a lot to do with that makeup and I don't want it falling apart on time. It just keeps it in place. And then it's time for me to blend this out. So before now I used to use a brush. You can use a brush if you know how to, but sometimes it just takes a lot of the foundation off it. So that's why I said using the sponge. The sponge has really helped me because it just makes, after the setting spray, just makes the whole product sit in my skin. I used to be so scared of it before, but over time I've mastered its use and I'm loving it. I'm loving it at this point. But I would say stick to what works for you anyway. If the brush is your go-to, do you. By all means, do you. You mustn't follow my own pattern, but I've explored both of them and I think I like the results I get with the sponge better than the brush. So this is coming out really nicely, and yeah, that's it. Trying to blend everything in. Now that is done, I'm feeling myself, feeling myself. Hey. Anyhow, next is application of the concealer. So my concealer is from Morph Cosmetics, actually, and I just love the shade because it's not too far from my complexion. And this particular process of contouring my face, it took me months to master or find my pace, because the truth is everyone has different bodies, different skin, and it took me a while to just get a hang of it for myself. But since then it's been good. When I'm not in a hurry, or when I'm not doing something long, going somewhere, I usually use my dry powder palette, but because I'll be needing my face snatched for most of the night, I decided to do the cream contouring. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for down here anyway, but yeah, this is it. This is basically how I contour my face. I didn't want it to be too much, but then the next thing is to put a little bit of bronzer. I don't think this bronzer is even necessary because in my head it was not giving the shade I wanted it to give. I usually use the powder bronzer anyway. I prefer that because it just works for me. The coverage is crazy and really dope. So this one I'm just doing here is Fairity because I don't know. It's meant to be darker, but the liquid bronzer I have is not really as dark as I want it to be. Again, I'm staring at the floor. What the hell, better. And then again, it's time to blend this in. So if you've done your assignment well, you've laid your foundation well, and your setting spray has gone in as well, then this should be breeze. really should be breeze. The key to having a flawless and easy makeup is to get good products as well. That one I cannot overemphasize. You have to get good products, like products that are compatible with your skin. I think one thing I struggled with when I relocated to the UK is getting a brand that works for my black skin. So I think at some point I had to just stick with my Nigerian products. But at some point you have to like get in the game, you know. So I found Morph has been really nice on my skin, and Maybelline as well. So I've just stuck with them till I find something else. But for now, they are my go-to, especially for my foundation and contouring and everything. Yeah, so this is what it looks like if you've blended it in. Yeah, I think this looks okay. I think on my eye. It is time to bake my face. My setting powder is from Revolution, and this is in the shade Banana. Anywho, it's just to keep the makeup in place, reduce the effects from the cream of the foundation and the concealer, and also to give it a clean look and yeah, make it last longer if you ask me. So again, if I wasn't doing something that's going to take a lot of time, I wouldn't bother about this. But this is a get ready with me video and kind of like a tutorial, so you have to see everything. Yeah, so this is what I do and this too. So the next step is to blend it out. So blending is a very important part of makeup, and it's got different brushes for different purposes, but you should have guessed by now that I don't really care. I just use whatever brush that works for me. As long as I've used it and it's worked before, I don't care. And just like I said, the powder bronzer works better for me, and this is from Morph Cosmetics as well. You see, I told you, Morph knows me. Anywho, I just use this to give my face a defined concept, and I continue doing this till I'm satisfied with the outcome, obviously. So there's no clear-cut measurements on how much product goes on. And then it's time to apply eyeshadow. I think eyeshadow for me has been the challenging part of makeup, because I don't want it to be boring. At the same time, I don't want it to be too much. I just want perfect eyeshadow application most times. But I think that's the only thing I struggle with, basically. But the basic for me is to make the upper part of my eye darker, so that whatever lighter color I'll be adding on my eyelids will be popping. So that's exactly what I pulled off here. So I went in the darker shade, and then later on, as you would see, I went in with something gold like just to make my eyelids pop. Yeah, so people use, I literally have what's it called, brushes for eyeshadow, basically these tiny brushes on its own, but I hardly use them because I find that using my finger works just as good. So that's fine for me. So you can see my eyelids already popping. Yeah, busu. And oh, before I forget, my eyeshadows from Morph Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill, their collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, and it's got this amazing colors. It's not my only eyeshadow palette anyway, but it's my favorite, as you can see. Alright, next up is to apply my lashes. So I found this mink kind of lashes, already mid lashes, easy for me to apply. I didn't become a pro or become good. I'm not a pro yet, though. I didn't become good at it overnight. I had to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So lashes just elevates my look, makes it look, how do I put it, complicated or serious or sexy. Whatever works for you, honestly. But I prefer these ones because there's little risk that I'm going to poke my eyes, unlike with the other one where you have to put it bit by bit. So I prefer this one. I got the lashes from Shein, and the lash glue also is from Shein, and it's really affordable, like really affordable. Got a pack for about £1 something. Yeah, so usually what I do is I apply the glue on my eyes. This is a colorless glue. If I say colorless, this is a colorless type. Oh my god, I'm doing it again. Colorless type. And yeah, I apply on my eyes first, and then I apply on the lashes as well. And yeah, I just let that sit for a while, and the lashes as well, until it becomes tacky. Then I can put it on. So while that's going on, apply my eyeliner. I love black eyeliners. I don't really fancy the ones that go on top of the eye and makes you look like a cat. But these under eye ones, I will always do. It just makes my eyes look really nice and sexy, you know. Anyways, the pencil, I don't know. Yeah, it's from, I don't know who it's from. I really don't know who it's from. It's just a random pencil I picked up from the store. So next up is my lippy combo, which I just discovered, and it's actually very nice. It looks really nice on me. Okay, just hold on a minute and I'll show ya. Let's go there. So first of all, I have this brown lipstick. You can use pencil if that works for you, but lipstick just makes it easier for me. Pencil, you keep doing it over and over to get the desired effect, but lipstick is just once. Then I line it with my black pencil just to make that a bit darker. And yeah, that's it. When I'm done with that, the next thing is to smack. Try to blend that in a bit. And then the game changer is my concealer, which I just discovered makes a lot of difference. So I apply that and try to smack, and then I blend, and then I add my Maybelline nude lip gloss to it to just give it that feel. And by this time my lashes is tacky enough, so I apply it on. And just look at this. Wow, woo. This beauty is a discovery. It just takes the look from a 0 to 100, baby. Just look at this. It's usually really tricky if you're just beginning, but over time you get a hang of it. And trust me, the flex to these lashes is the fact that I can just take them off when I am done. I don't have to sleep with them. But if you want to, you can. Choice is yours. That's why I use really light layer of glue, lash glue, so it's not really too difficult to get off when I'm done. Yeah, I always struggle with this part to get it in place, but with time it gets better. Trust me, it does. And the final step for me is to set my makeup again with my setting spray, and it just makes everything sink into my skin and also makes it last longer. And last but not least, my already laid hair. I tried to style that just to complete the look. And that's it, basically. I'm not that complicated, and makeup isn't either. It just takes practice, and of course I'll get better at this as time goes on, and hopefully you've been able to learn a thing or two from me today. And if you like what you see, please don't forget to like, share my link, drop me a comment, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. Let me know your favorite part of the video, and most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this look. Is it given or it is given? Come on now. All right, till I see you next time. Stay beautiful, stay believing, and most importantly, stay yourself. Bye-bye.